Morning, Short Kings. Today I wanted to make a video on the cheating situation on Tarkov and basically if it's gotten worse or better and all the different features that have been added and everything, and basically how the community is doing right now with those features. And one of the most important things that I wanted to talk about was the view profile feature that they added with this wipe. Now, in the background is my stream from yesterday, and you can catch me on twitch.tv/youngnoodle_. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about how the view profile feature has kind of destroyed the community's thoughts on cheating this wipe, and how it's probably one of the most prominent features that was one of the coolest things that I thought was going to be added in the wipe, and has probably been one of the most disappointing things. Now, the reason it's disappointing, at least in my opinion, is they had potential. It was a cool feature. You can display your weapons, you can see people's stats on who killed you, on your friends and other players, and it was a really cool thing to basically be able to display all your achievements and everything that you've done in the game. And with that being said, it would have been cool, but there are two main things and two main flaws that can be redeemed with the feature, but they need to fix, at least to make this viable. And the biggest thing right now doesn't have to do with cheating, but is the fact that you can tell when someone is dead in raid. For if you're playing with duos or trios or whatever, if you have died to another player and your teammates are fighting that player, if you keep refreshing the view profile button, you will see if that player has died to your friends. And it kind of breaks the immersion of the game. It's kind of not really a cheat, but a game-breaking thing on someone trying to fight and win. And it's not the equivalent of stream sniping, but it's kind of cheesy knowing that someone can die and you know that they've been killed. The guy that killed you, you know that they've been killed, instead of using the dog tag feature in the game to identify them and everything like that. It's just, there's no risk to it. And basically the way that I identify this, if you've never done it before, is if that player that killed you has died to your teammate, if you refresh the view profile button, their gear will disappear and they will show as a fresh spawn or a naked. And that's the way to tell. So it'll reset them in lobby, because the way that it works on the view profile feature is that the character that shows their PMC, it shows exactly what they're wearing when they started the raid. And if they die, it resets to them being naked unless they re-equip gear. So it's kind of a cheesy thing. I kind of hope that they fix it. It's really just, it takes you out of the game, and it's just something that's not immersive and doesn't really, it's just cheesy. So hopefully they take that out. The other thing that I wanted to talk about that is probably the worst thing that's come with this view profile feature is the fact that everybody thinks that they know everything about cheating, and someone who has anything more than a 3 KD and a 50% survival rate is a cheater. The Tarkov community is known to be one of the bitchiest communities when it comes to dying, when it comes to playing against other players. There's been some recent tournament drama as well. Basically, anybody who does good in this game is always suspected of cheating. And the reason for that is because this game is hard. It's not like any other game. There is risk and reward, and when you die to someone else, it sucks. And I feel like that, involving everything else in the game and how complicated and buggy everything is, when you die to someone and they pull off some crazy stuff, your first thing is going to be that they're cheating. And when you view their profile and you see that they're a new account, they're non-EOD, or they have high stats, mixed with those things in, people automatically assume they're cheating. And you know what? I'll be the first to admit that even when I see someone with low stats and they have less than 1,000 hours and they got a crazy KD and they're running great gear, I'll suspect that there's something not legit with them either. And I don't think that the cheating in this game is anything bigger than any other game. I think the problem is that there's a very high risk and reward in this game, and it is very buggy. So when you die to stuff, a lot of people do think that they're cheating, and there are certain videos out there on YouTube that haven't helped with the cheating situation and basically made it so that everybody who dies in the game thinks that someone's cheating. And the problem with this is this game's hard. You're gonna die. You're gonna die to bullshit no matter how many hours. I have closing in on 3,500 hours, almost 4,000 hours. I still die to lower levels sometimes, to stupid shit. And the other day during this stream, I died to someone who was just naked with a Mosin. I was running a grenade launcher on factory and I got one shot. You can die to anything. Doesn't matter the price of the kit or anything. And I think people fail to understand that cheating does not fund this game. They actually spend more money fighting cheaters and paying for the anti-cheat, and for some reason people have this stigma that they think that when the game goes on sale that cheaters are buying the game. And the problem is everybody thinks that they're dying to cheaters and nobody knows how cheats work. And that's fair, but it kind of ruins the game for a lot of people, and that kind of makes people not want to play it. And I just wanted to say that all the people on Twitter, they say that they run into crazy cheaters all the time and all this stuff. Aside from Labs, which has always been cheater infested and has a high cheating percentage, there is not that many cheaters. I stream 5 to 6 days a week, 4 to 5 hours a day. I run into maybe 1 to 2 cheaters, maybe in a week, that are blatant. Of course, there's going to be cheaters that I don't know, but as a blatant cheating, and ones that I can call out, maybe once or twice a week. The cheating situation is not as bad as any other game. Call of Duty has it, Apex has it, Apex probably has it even worse. So I just wanted to say that if you're looking to start the game and looking to play it, the cheating situation is not as bad as people make it to seem. The videos, the engagement farming, and all this stuff, it's not as bad as people make it seem. It's people who are entitled and basically feel like they need to complain all the time, and every death that they have is some sort of cheat. It's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, because a lot of these people don't even understand how cheats work, and when they see a video of how cheats work, they automatically think that every death that they've had to be that type of cheat. It's so funny, and it's just kind of, it shows how many people just have no knowledge of how blatant cheating is. And they complain about the anti-cheat and everything like that, but you have games like Counter-Strike, who is run by Valve, which has an amazing anti-cheat. I know that it's not the best, but it's still a very good anti-cheat when it comes to something that's not hardware intrusive, and people still get by it with speed hacks and floating cheats with blatant aimbot and everything. So even games that spend even more money on anti-cheats and stuff like that, it doesn't fix the problem. It is a never-ending solution, and it's something that we're always going to be behind. Developers have to catch up to cheaters. New cheats are developed, developers patch it. Then new cheats are developed, then developers patch it. So there's always going to be spots in the game where there's a good amount of cheaters before they get banned. Then there will be little waves where there's not that many, and then it comes back. And when there are ban waves, it's not going to get everybody. The people saying that, oh, there's still cheaters right after a ban wave, of course there are, because they're catching a certain amount of people, but there's people who get by it. There's blatant cheats that people spend hundreds of dollars on. And like I was touching on earlier, these cheaters do not buy their accounts on the sale. They're not paying $30 to $40, $20 for these accounts. They're going on sites like G2A and other sites that sell game keys and buying these accounts for either $10, $5, or they're buying boosted accounts that are boosted by the RMT cheaters and the higher level cheats for $20, $30. Those are when they're spending more money, is when they're buying the already boosted level 50 accounts with these high ass like stats and everything like that. So I just wanted to touch up on that, give a little bit more information on cheats. Hopefully for anybody watching this video that hasn't purchased Tarkov and is thinking of playing or hasn't tried this wipe yet, that you don't get discouraged, because not every death that you have is from a cheater. This game has a lot of bullshit, but there's no way to tell 100% who's cheating and who's not. And a lot of these cheats are very, very hard and undetectable. And to be honest, most of the cheaters in the game aren't there for kills. They go and they loot and they sell the loot on the accounts to people who suck at the game. And the fun part about this game is you have the highest chance to kill cheaters in this game compared to any other game, because most of the people who buy the cheats are complete ass cheeks at the game. They're only buying these accounts that have ESP and everything because they suck at the game. And a lot of times, if you're decent, you can outplay them. There are so many clips of me and other streamers and other players and stuff that actually run into these cheaters and kill them. So again, hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gets you into wipe. If not, this game is still a work in progress. It sucks that they keep delaying the 1.0 release and using the beta kind of thing to make excuses, but hopefully for one of the next patches we get something that changes the view profile display, and maybe just like you can display your weapons, they get it so you can display an outfit for your PMC instead of it showing what you're actually using in raid. That way it fixes the whole kind of cheesy seeing if someone's dead or someone's alive in raid still, and that way you can show off your favorite outfit in game. But let me know what you think in the comments about the cheating situation in Tarkov and how the community is doing and the view profile bug. And you can get all my social links below, and I hope you guys have a good day. I'll catch you in the next one.